Yo.
Hello, Ben here from the Professional Amateurs. Today, I don't know why we're doing another podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my god, dude, this is weird.
Alright. I don't know.
So, basically, I just got off from playing a ton of Rocket League and was like, yo, let's do a podcast. And then he was like, sure, we'll do a podcast. Don't know why, don't know how, but we're doing it now. We got some topics that some topics that, affect the world globally and things like that we're going to be talking about.
So pretty much in five
So,
minutes, we just thought of a bunch of random crap that's relevant now.
yeah.
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 All right. So, what's up first?
Car subscription, because you wrote it.
Oh, yes, card subscriptions.
So Nissan
Now,
and Volvo are launching what is kind of, you can refer to as a car subscription service. Basically, instead of a normal lease where you keep your car for a few years and give it back to the dealer, you can keep it for a certain amount of time and then trade it in for pretty much a replacement car. And they worked pretty differently, so I'm going to describe this here. Yeah, Hunter knows nothing about this. Um,
yeah, I don't.
yeah. Um, so I think less interesting about this is what they call Care by Volvo, and this they call it a car subscription on their website. I'm looking at this now. Um, so what it is that you select one of three SUVs, um, for different prices a month, from 700 a month up to 800 a month, um, and after a year, you can switch to the latest model or a different model. Um, but yeah, and
Now,
and
the thing is, oh, oof.
well, yeah, I'm gonna say it covers pretty much every aspect about it, from maintenance, tire replacements, small things like wiper blades and brakes and regularly
Mhm.
scheduled maintenance, roadside assistance, insurance, even that kind of stuff. Yeah, what were we gonna say?
So the thing is, after a year, are you still on the subscription plan just with a different model and price?
It's yeah, you can after 12 months you're able to switch, or you can stay in your current car.
Hmm. So compared to lease loans, I mean, well, yeah, loans, or just buying it straight cash, do you think car subscriptions are going to be more popular within the next coming days?
Definitely, especially for the kind of person who really wants to not really care about their car. You know, they have money, they want to get to work and back. Because doing the math, even if they got the $800 a month high end SUV, 800 divided by 30, that's $27 a day. Um, so as a car that they don't have to worry about, they'll always have roadside service. They have full insurance on it, and they get everything. Um, Everything gets changed on it. Wheels, wheels, tires, brakes, anything that
Hmm.
goes wrong with it is covered. Just just for $27 a day. Well,
So,
that's in Volvo's case. There's other options.
that's in Volvo's case, but the thing is, like, if you get in a wreck, you you have the insurance. They just do it right then and there, and you don't have to pay a cent.
Oh yeah, it should be full insurance coverage,
Full insurance covered besides the month payment. Hmm.
included
You
in
know,
the $800 a month maximum.
huh? I'm actually,
Actually, I'm looking here. They advertise three cars. You have two more to select from, like a wagon and a
yeah,
sedan. But
700, 750, and 800.
yeah, those are the crossovers that they advertise for 750 a month for both. There's a wagon and a sedan you can get.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Now, if you have this car subscription, does it work like if you don't own the car, right?
Oh, of course not. It's like a lease. You don't own the car yourself.
Gotcha. Huh.
And the alternative here, which I think is a lot more interesting, it's a Nissan as their subscription service, where it's $700 a month for for a normal tier, and $899 a month for a higher end tier. It's a $500 activation fee, on which the Volvo does not have any activation fee, and you can pick between a variety of cars in a lot of different classes, and
Hmm.
you can switch. You can switch every 7 days. Yes, I'm reading here. Yeah, limit of 7 days. Actually, I'm reading here. It says no. Sorry, I'm just reading about the GTR. You can pay extra $100 a day, and
Yeah, that's what I was looking at.
yeah, if you get a GTR, it's an extra $100 a day, and you have to have the higher end tier, and you can only use it for 7 days. Looking here, I believe you can switch every day on this plan, and that's what was really interesting about it. I'm trying to look
Hmm.
here in this article, but that's what's really interesting, and also the fact that they have a lot more variety of cars. Like you can have
Yep.
a compact sports car, a 370Z one day, and then you can have a Pathfinder when it snows the next day.
Yeah.
And
But
yeah, it's very similar to Volvo too, with the full
mhm.
insurance and roadside assistance, and
Yep.
yeah.
But with both of these, Nissan comparing to Volvo, I like Volvo a lot more
Volvo is definitely a
because
higher end company. Yeah,
a higher end company, and at the same time, there's no money doing signing, and the price is just like maybe an extra $100
yeah. Well,
or two.
Nissan's actually a little bit more expensive if you get the higher end tier at $900 a month. Although
Hmm.
$500 activation fee isn't that much in my opinion for your car.
It isn't much at all, but if you're trying to
Yeah,
save some money.
yeah. But what I really like is the fact that they have a lot more variety of cars, and I think that the target audience isn't really someone who cares about money. They want something that that's just convenient for them. You know.
Yeah, they get them from place to place in a quick and
Yeah.
easy manner.
And just the fact that they can have a new car whenever they want. And yeah.
Yeah. Really interesting.
It,
Something that I actually might want to look into
this
once
really
I
isn't
get
for
the
the
money
average
to get a
person though.
car. It is, and it's maybe, it depends on the type of
I mean,
person you
it's
are.
good for the
One,
average person if the average person could afford it, but
yeah, if you're able to get like if you have a job that's like $20 an hour, more or
yeah,
less.
because it's actually not too bad. $700 to $900 for for something that everything is included. You don't have to worry about
Hmm.
any major repairs, any $3,000 surprises or anything.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
insane because most people nowadays are paying upwards of thousands of dollars of repairs.
yeah, like your transmission fails. That was at like 80,000 miles. Well, $3,000 right there. Yeah.
Yeah, this
You
does
don't have any
help you save.
surprises. Yeah.
Yeah, it helps you save a ton of money.
Well, potentially
But yeah,
save you
potentially.
some from surprises mostly.
Hmm.
I think. Yeah.
Yeah, but still something very interesting to look at. But in other news, tech news now, Google Pixel 4 leaks.
Pixel
So
4. Google's Pixel lineup has been leaking everywhere.
yeah, as I'm gonna get shamed as someone who does have an iPhone and an Android.
You had a Galaxy S7, LG V20, and then an iPhone 8. None of them broke except for the Galaxy, actually. But
The,
yeah,
the Galaxy broke. The Galaxy broke horribly. The V20 is somewhat still alive, but the battery is kind of whack. It like
that has a
cuts off at like
swappable
20%.
battery.
Oh yeah, it's a swappable battery.
Yeah.
Um, but if I personally want to like look into a new phone, it's like, maybe something that, my parents would you be like, yo, hey, what type of phone would you want? I'd be like, yo, hey, because I was looking into Google phones and I was like, you know, that's kind of thick.
Yeah.
Well, at the same time, you know, it just all weighs in with like who your carrier is and whatnot.
Yeah, because a lot of the Chinese phones, they're really good, but they don't have but the software is just kind of,
Dookie.
Chinese. No.
Yeah,
Um
some of that like 5 million games in one.
no, like yeah, like bloatware and stuff. Some of them they don't get updates. A lot of the Chinese phones can potentially be a good price. Um but
Hmm.
Google phone is a Google phone. It offers a simple experience for a good price, and this Pixel 4a, seems to achieve the same as the 3a that came before it. The 3a sold really well, especially compared to the normal Pixel variant. But yeah, the Pixel 4a, seems like it's gonna be a pretty solid phone. Keeps the headphone jack. It's gonna have Google solid cameras. Yeah,
Headphone jack.
yeah, and it's surprising that Google's phones keep leaking so much. You know?
So are they trying to be like get like they're giving you one piece of the puzzle each time before they be like, yo, we dropping the phone on this date.
No, because
And like
the Pixel 3 was leaked really bad. So with the Pixel 4, they actually released an image of it like 6 months before it came out,
mhm.
just because people would leak it anyway.
Well,
But
no doubt.
yeah, in
But
Google's case, especially good.
how do you think it's gonna compare to the Pixel 3?
Uh, I mean the 3A, like the same tier.
Yeah.
I think that it's just going to be more of a gradual update. We can see in these images we have a much better screen to body ratio. With the punch hole camera, much bigger display. It's going to be pretty much the same software experience as the Pixel 3. Yeah, the older Pixel phones usually get the newer software features. I don't think that
Hmm.
this 4A is going to have radar. No, it's not, just because of the punch hole screen. Um,
Yeah.
it's probably going to have a plastic body again, which is fine because everyone puts a case on their phone anyway. You don't need these glass phones because it's probably not going to have wireless charging, but wireless charging can go through plastic.
True.
Yeah.
True. Now,
Yeah.
um, Google phones in themselves, do you think like Google or just Android in general will ever like reach higher in the market and more popularity than, Android? I mean, not Androids, iPhones, iOS.
Well, Apple has been king for a while, and people who are loyal to the brand really aren't going anywhere yet. But Google's Pixel 3a did really skyrocket in popularity, especially compared to the higher end Pixel variants, because it's a solid phone for a good price,
Hmm.
especially compared to its closest iPhone competitor, which is a few $100s more.
Well, yeah, at the same time, every time
Yeah,
Apple decides to launch a new phone, it's the same exact phone,
yeah,
just maybe $500 more.
yeah. OnePlus has been killing it too, but of course their phones are going higher up in market too.
Hmm.
Yeah, the company OnePlus.
Um, what about Samsung?
The Samsung phones, they've been making a lot of great mid-range options now, but their higher end phones, like the new Galaxy S lineup, um, their flagship lineup starts at $1,000. And their
Ooh,
experimental Z Flip or whatever starts at 1,400.
that- that's something
Yeah,
interesting.
they do have some like their A series, which is their mid-range, their most popular series, and their S Lite series they just came out with, which is
Hmm.
sort of fills the gap for the previous higher end phones.
Yep. Um, I had a what was it, S7 Edge?
Yeah, and I pulled a Note 7 and it had the battery explode. Yeah,
Yeah, rest in peace. It's nice knowing you.
rest in
The screen
pieces.
fried up anyways.
Yeah,
Yeah, it was like I'm looking at my phone one day and it's like, wait, why is this black dot on my screen? Oh my dear lord.
yeah,
And then the phone starts to get really hot. I was like, wait, did the battery just and it's like a little pop.
yeah.
So kind of pulled a hoverboard there.
Yeah, that was before Samsung started caring about battery safety. Now they've been doing
Yeah,
okay now.
and yeah, definitely. But just in all phones in general, who do you think has the best chance of dethroning Apple?
You see, you say dethroning Apple. Apple only has prevalence in the United States.
Or
Um,
in the United States, I'm sorry,
in the United
not
States,
globally.
yeah, because globally, yeah, Samsung does dominate. I'm actually interested to see sales in the United States. Um,
Actually, hold up. Ugh.
I'll go
Okay,
through because U.S. market share. Because actually, no, this is surprising. Apple is later, but they don't have more than 50% of the market. Yeah,
oh, how
in
much
tw-
do they
um
have?
in Q4 of 2019, they had 49%. Samsung at 20, LG at 9, Lenovo, which is Motorola, at 8%, and other smaller brands at 14.
Hmm.
And
So So it seems like, you know, Apple may not seem, at its height for much longer.
if you're looking at just Samsung, in the past year they've only been 28 to 20% of smartphone sales,
Hmm.
which isn't a lot relative to Apple. But of course, a phone's either Apple or Android, so a smartphone at least. So
Definitely.
it is 50-50 if you just count for operating system and platform.
Yep. Um, but yeah, phones currently in the roaring 20s, as I say.
Yeah.
Very interesting to see how they go.
And then it may be also harder to dethrone Apple just with one brand because other companies such as Google Pixel with their 3A and
Mhm.
OnePlus has been also growing in sales too. So it's sort of divided.
So yeah, it's like a certain political party right now. um
Yeah.
Tesla Model Y.
Yes, yes, yes. We were just talking about that. Yes, yes.
Yeah.
That's what we were segmenting into. Perfect transition. Uh,
It's
uh,
like,
so we have seen reports of some Tesla Model Ys delivering early. Of course, official deliveries are March 15th for buyers. And yeah, there's really not much to say that's already been said already. Besides certain
ooh,
things that we don't know yet. No, no.
certain things we don't know yet,
Yeah,
like
because
hovering cars.
no. We'll definitely see performance numbers, things like that in the future, and any problems that it may have. Something that was very interesting, um, that hasn't been really confirmed, but it is highly I keep messing up the word prevalent here. Um, Tesla Model Y, Tesla has a new casting patent to make the frame. So instead
Mhm.
of making the actual frame of the car out of stamped steel and other methods like that, they're actually using cast
Yep.
aluminum, which is it should be stronger, and apparently for Tesla it should use less parts to actually assemble the frame and could be cheaper, even though it uses a more expensive metal. Although cars they don't have a full steel frame, they may have components such as aluminum for crumple zones for crash safety. But in casting, you can have a lot more detailed sort of frame instead of stamping parts and having them bolt together.
Yep.
Um,
More detailed
yeah, but
frame equals
from
Cybertruck.
photos of the production of the Model Y production line do show that it has this new frame technology. And that is
Now, do you think this frame technology is going to impact the sales of this car?
not necessarily, but it can boost production. Um, just because it can all the most of the frame can all be made in one piece to this giant machine.
One piece frame?
Yeah.
Have I not heard about Tesla?
Well, no, there's like stuff called unibody. That's what most cars are. Uh, you can't just make it all in one shot, like Tesla seems to be doing with this cast frame.
Interesting. So maybe one day when I'm looking through the car market and going through all these friggin' Cybertrucks, maybe one day I'll see a Model Y and be like, should I
Yeah,
invest?
why'd you order all the topics and the ones that I know about first?
I did?
Yeah, you did. That's why I've been
Why did
talking.
I do
That's
that?
why I've been talking so much.
Well, you know what? Guess who's gonna take the role now?
You.
It's my turn to take the torch as well. That was a big oof.
Hey, guess what? I haven't
Um,
been recording this entire time.
you haven't?
Ah, you thought? No, I have.
Oh my god, thank God, dude. I was about to say, wait, if you haven't been recording, what have you been doing for the last 20, 30 minutes?
Yeah. All right.
Oh my god, dude. Oh
Back
my
on
god.
topic while your heart rate slowly declines.
What topic are we on?
Content creator etiquette.
Oh my god. All right. So, well, what are we doing right now?
Making content.
Making content. Exactly. Now, for me as a individual content creator, streaming, posting on social media, influencing and doing all sorts of things like that, we are also a viewer to multiple other content creators, such as, just throwing some big names out here, such as Ninja, as I kind of choke on that. PewDiePie, of course, the god of YouTube. and a
Except
bunch of
T
other like
series overtook him.
T Series is corporate, not individual.
Yeah.
Okay, it's, they're not the biggest YouTuber, right? You PewDiePie's still biggest in my heart.
Yep.
Yep. So we are also the viewer to multiple other content creators. Now, for smaller content creators, we're trying to get our foot out there in the get ready for this wondrous world of content creators. Now, you know, being a smaller creator, we got to support each other. So, what do we look at in other content creators? Well, for me personally, I'm looking at interaction with community, good and positive vibes, things like that. And also at the same time, while I'm looking for that, I'm also trying to emit those vibes and setting a good example. Through my first complete year of creating content, it's been up and down, but through that time, I have been able to mature myself into being more of a, how do I say it, more of a I can't think of the word.
Better
Um
person. Oh.
well, I'm trying to look for a bigger word, like morely more you know what? Yeah, a better person in general.
Yeah.
I it, but yeah, as I was saying, but looking into how people do create content, it's really hit or miss on which ones go viral, which ones don't, who puts the most work into it, who doesn't, while also keeping your own morals and your etiquette. You're also splitting that into what content am I trying to create? What am I trying to put out there? What's my message? And things like that.
And some people just stare at a camera, do some dances, and think that they're going to be famous.
Now, this is where we segue into the next topic, as content creator etiquette was one of the more like ones I was into and did talk for a couple minutes straight. But this topic is the one that I
Yeah,
am
highly related to this.
ruthlessly, really, as a person who thought it was going to be a half decent version of Vine, it turned into something more grotesque than ever, something that has ever impacted society as a mature, intelligent human being. TikTok.
The get rich quick
Now,
scheme of 5 seconds of fame.
exactly. Uh, where do I even start with this? Let me just put this out here. TikTok fame is not fame.
It is a
If
cesspool of uncreative content.
a little mix of that,
Yeah.
because sometimes I do watch some memes, and there is a couple TikToks in there,
Yes,
and
some
some of
memes,
them,
some jokes, certain kinds of videos like that to complement the style well of just sort of quick phone videos you just sort of scroll through.
yeah, that's what I like about TikTok.
Yeah.
That's the only reason I like it, is because of that reason. The reason of something that I can scroll through in the middle of class and maybe chuckle at. But the thing that overwhelms the app, not its not its inflation of people also air quoting bots at the same time, because I have been looking through some accounts recently, and I've been seeing very dull comments like good video, keep it up, fire emoji, things like that. But I cannot confirm that these are bots, but I could also not confirm that these are also humans. But back stop sidetracking everything. My computer just turned off.
What?
It went to sleep. I wasn't moving my mouse quick enough. Um, but as a person who is still in school, and hopefully maybe a high school viewer is out here watching this and can relate to this, when you walk into school and you're, trying to pass your classes, trying to do things, work with your group, you really can't go one day, one day at all without overhearing a conversation that goes somewhat like this. Hey, did you see blah blah name's TikTok the other day? It's like, oh my god, that was like the coolest like thing. This is also really it's not bedtime yet.
What?
Um, that oh my god, I'm scuffing this up. Um, but it goes on the things like that, and I may look over, I may see the funny, and what I see is basically 5 to 10 seconds of someone waving their arms around in a weird move, stopping it, and then reverting it, and then doing some weird movement like something like something like that to a overrated song.
So like what? We can't see anything. We can only hear stuff.
I'm trying to visualize it for the viewer.
Yeah. And they're just like, "Oh my god, I'm TikTok famous!" Oh! Yeah.
Now, here's the thing: compared to other social media apps, 1,000 likes on TikTok would be the equivalent of, what would you say, on other social media platforms such as Instagram and Twitter? What would you say?
I don't know.
I'd say maybe about
Mm.
10 to 100. 1,000 on there equal 10 to 100. So it's
Like ten
pretty
percent.
much inflated.
Yeah.
Yeah, about 10% on actual social media platforms that, are,
Yeah.
when you're famous on one platform, you are actually
I think the
famous.
main thing is that if you're just doing some stupid popular dance on TikTok, what makes you special? What did you do to get famous? What makes you
I'm,
different?
mhm. And I'm not trying to be a Debbie Downer, a negative person whatsoever, but I am trying to bring the truth in this whole perspective. Doing little dance is not
The same,
it
just
ain't
stupid
famous.
style
If you
dance, just over and over again. What
and
makes you different from so
I
many other
hate
people
when
trying to do it?
people yep, and I hate when people claim that they are famous when they may have, wait for it, 1,000 to 100,000 followers. Everyone and their grandmother has TikTok today. It was like
Not
everyone and
me.
their grandmother was okay. Everyone and their grandmother was playing Fortnite a couple years ago.
Yeah.
You know, that's what I'm seeing with TikTok right now. And will TikTok fall
But it's
like
not a phase.
Fortnite did? Hmm?
It's not a phase, mom.
It's just a face, mom. Get over it. But you know, TikTok fame compared to fame itself. Fame has many definitions. Being like actual famous, or fame itself, knowing that you are known to other people in a good way. Like someone knows you for being a good person. You could somewhat consider that being famous in like a good manner, but famous is so just locked in on the social, like the bigger, broader social aspect of celebrities and
It's
things like that.
yeah, it's sort of like the dopamine rush you get from so many people liking your video, and that's what people desire.
Do I get a dopamine rush when I see someone like my No, and I think my mic cut out. My bad.
Oh yeah, it did.
Do Yeah, let me redo that. Do I get a dopamine rush when someone likes my Instagram post? No, not at all. Because I don't ever expect likes. I do not expect followers. People might expect it from me. You know, JD45, I'm looking at you. Troll Perry, I'm looking at you. Paris Nero, I'm looking at you. Um, People might expect it from other people, but I, as a person myself, I do not look at it that way. The only thing that gives me a dopamine rush is maybe drinking about 5 cups of Coke,
Yeah,
like Coca-Cola.
because you shouldn't
Or
be
maybe.
making content trying to be famous just to be famous. You shouldn't be trying to be famous. You should be doing what you like,
Mhm.
maybe putting it out there.
Now, the argument would be, but it's something that I like doing. Well, to respond to that argument, then fine, do it because you like it.
If it's something you
I will
like
not
doing,
argue
then it's
against that.
worth it. If you're doing it just to be
I will not
famous, then you're
argue.
not in the right mindset to actually do it.
Yep, and I will 100% agree with that. It's if you like doing it, I do not have any argument, and I will support you through it But if you claim to be famous, if you're doing it for the fame, if you're doing it for, hold up, cover your ears, for the clout, dude, I almost just vomited saying that word. If you're doing it for the money, all that friggin' pop culture stuff, it is not worth it. It is not wasting your time compared to an actual, someone who's more on the, I'm not going to say intellectual side because that's going to be too controversial, more on the right mindset side. You could give someone who's looking for fame $100 and they will come back maybe with a pair of shoes, maybe with a designer piece of clothing. But looking at someone else who's in the right mindset, you give them $100, they would turn it into assets and they would turn that into a bigger money making profit, something like that on those guidelines.
Yeah.
And that's really what separates people today is not only how they spend their money and view fame and whatever, it is their mindset going into w- generically whatever they're doing. You know, my mindset going into streaming is I don't expect anything. I do it because I like it. I do it because I have a message that I want to spread. Not because I want to be famous, not because I want money, because of those two reasons that I have stated before.
You just want to play video games. No.
Yeah, who doesn't? But you can't play video games when you're sick. Well, what are you going to be sick with? Well, the new epidemic going around today that probably every single person on this planet has heard, the coronavirus. Well, recently, over 105,000 people have been affected worldwide, infected with the virus, and about 3,500 people have died. Now, this is from the top of my head. This could most likely be wrong. There's about 100 cases in the United States,
Across
maybe
500 actually. I'm reading about this right now. 500.
across, wait, 500 across the United States?
Oh yeah.
Hmm.
This is a live update.
Now, US, you can most likely
I'm
trust.
looking at the New York Times right. No, unlimited. It wants me to spend money on
Oh,
the
I see it
article.
now, right now. 12 minutes ago.
Yeah.
500 cases. I'd say most of those cases are in West Coast.
Yeah.
So, yeah, but now, where this podcast is coming from.
The
Um,
East. The
we
West.
we on the East Coast out here. Come hit us up.
No, please
Um,
don't.
I'm kidding. I'll give you a handshake, man, but I ain't fun. Um, recently, a couple cases have come towards the East Coast, at least somewhere below 50, hopefully below 50,
And actually within
and
5 miles of
also,
us.
well, yeah, within 5 miles. That's something that's interesting because during Friday a couple days ago, I was scrolling through some articles and a school a couple miles from us closed down for that one day. They're scheduled to reopen tomorrow, but you know, people being so freaked out about this is, I get it because there's no actual cure or vaccine to the coronavirus, or as I shall say, COVID-19. But to hopefully relieve some people, the coronavirus is a, well, people are saying it's a respiratory illness, and a respiratory illness is basically the cold and the flu.
Yeah, pretty much. I think it's being really inflated just because in previous health crises that we've had, swine flu, stuff like that, social media hasn't been as prevalent as it is today. Um,
Mm-hmm.
so people now they're on Twitter, they're on Facebook, whatever, and they're freaking out, going out buying hand sanitizer and face masks for double the price, triple the price,
Now,
whatever.
face masks, I would not invest in, but hand sanitizer, I'd probably buy
But
because I'd
except
keep myself.
except standard hand sanitizer does not work against coronavirus specifically.
No, but making sure that you are clean.
But cold season,
You know,
yes, hand sanitizer is good, and but washing your hands is even better.
hmm and taking showers every single day. Well, certain people. Um, but just we are in the height of the cold season, I believe.
Except it's
Just
getting warm now. where we are.
Yeah, it's getting a little warm. Totally not supposed to be 68 degrees tomorrow.
Yeah, we're normally
Fahrenheit.
around this time. It's like snowing.
Dude, am I ready for tomorrow?
Yeah.
Um, but
Global warming.
in
Yeah.
global warming, what's that?
It's tomorrow.
Mm,
Pretty much. It's way too warm this year, man.
Dude, it really is, dude. So that also means we're getting off track. Back to Corona.
No, but this is related because coronavirus was found to spread more optimally below 47 degrees Fahrenheit. Doesn't mean that's gonna go
Ah,
away like the flu season, but it means
but it
that
means
it's
infections
because
are gonna go down,
infection rates.
and then that would increase productivity on a vaccine.
I believe Wuhan is similar has similar climate to us. I'm not sure. Wait.
Yeah, and haven't Wuhan
Yeah, I mean like
infections?
and by that I mean like similar what's the word? Longitude? Is longitude the
Longitude,
horizontal one?
latitude. Yeah, I think.
Well, whatever the horizontal one is. Yeah. So they're into the 60s too right now.
Yeah, and this is currently in um what am I saying? The infections are coming down a little bit.
Oh yeah, the actual rate of infection.
Yeah, the rate of infections coming down just a little bit. But
Yeah.
so it most likely is confirmed that it does not affect as much in warmer weather, but morally, as I said, to ease people down, this is just a flu, this is just a cold.
Yeah, swine flu
If
had a
you
higher death toll.
Yeah, and swine flu had a higher death toll. Swine flu, nothing compared to the coronavirus. You're most likely to die of a lightning strike or a car crash in the coronavirus.
Yeah, car crashes.
Mm.
So many idiots on the road now.
Oh, can I tell you? Can I tell
Yeah, and that's where we loop right back to the Tesla Model Y. No, no.
you?
With
Really, it did
autopilot,
do.
full self-driving. No, no, coronavirus. Back to coronavirus.
Yeah, back to coronavirus.
Yeah. Many
Um,
things are shutting down. Many conferences, events, and Google is stepping in with responsibility. I believe they're offering their enterprise Hangout service for free. Um, Things like that. They
hmm.
canceled Google I/O, which is their big software event. A lot of places are shutting down events because they're overreacting.
Um, for all you Rocket Leaguers out there, that RLCS Season 9 land was the Intel World Open might be canceled.
Yeah.
Maybe even the Tokyo Olympics
Yeah,
may be
Tokyo Olympics.
canceled.
It's such a big event. That would be
Like,
devastating. Yeah,
because that that's the Olympics.
I think it's that if they were to call it, they would have to call it pretty soon. Just because you can't cancel an event like 2 days before it happens, like to that scale.
Mm-hmm.
So it'll have to be closer
Within the
towards the
next
date.
month.
Yeah, closer to the date.
Mm-hmm. Now, big question: is coronavirus the end to humanity, as
Nope,
everyone thinks it is?
nope. Never mind me something. Someone in my I heard someone in my English class talking about it, asking if it was like really deadly.
The only reason people are freaking out is because we don't know what
Yeah,
it
people
is.
are uninformed. That's the big thing.
And people are still misinforming.
Yeah.
While you got a perfect news source in us, also known as long as you keeping a clean, sanitary, healthy human being, staying away from infectious people, not buying face masks,
And don't
maybe
be
keep a
old
bottle of
or
hand.
have pre-existing conditions.
Yeah,
Yeah.
don't be old, don't be sick. Maybe have a bottle of hand sanitizer and a pocket of tissues, like those little pocket tissue things.
If you can buy hand sanitizer, like what, $13 an ounce? 'Cause people are overreacting.
Seriously,
Yeah. The best thing you can do is
have
wash your hands.
have hand sanitizer prices actually rise?
Yeah, they have.
Wow.
Look it up. It's
I
yeah.
actually might.
The absolute best thing you can do is just wash your hands, cause normal hand sanitizer it'll kill the germs and it'll kill all the good germs too.
Mm. Oh wow,
Yeah, exactly.
$36 for 2 liters?
Oh no, no, 2 liters. That's a lot. No, no, that's actually a good price. What?
Oh, oh, I'm looking at the wrong one.
Are you sure it's not 2 ounces?
Wait, $20 for 8 ounces?
Yeah. It's what are you looking at?
I was just looking at prices.
Oh, what source? What website?
No, I just looked it up on Google.
Right. Is it actually in stock though?
Stock?
Is it actually in stock though?
No,
No, because
that explains a lot.
oh, it's on stock exactly because that's more normal.
Hmm.
These
Well then,
yeah, these Amazon reading here 8-ounce bottle of hand sanitizer, $34.
Jesus, dude.
Yeah, all the normal stuff. Hand sanitizer was a little bit pricey to begin with, but
Yeah, but now with coronavirus, it spikes up. But moral of the story, kids, eat healthy, stay healthy, don't be sick, don't be old, but I can't prevent you from doing that as that is a natural thing.
yep.
Just
Don't
don't
freak
freak
out. Be
out.
informed.
Mhm. Don't freak out. Be informed by trustable, incredible news sources. Now,
Like the Professional
am
Amateurs podcast.
am I myself a person that can recommend any credible news sources? Probably not. But Ben, credible news sources.
Credible news sources. Yes. Oh, my chair is squeaky. But yeah,
For right now, I'd stick to your local news. Wherever you may live.
yeah.
Whatever your um ABC, NBC, whatever your thing is. ABC, EFG, maybe whatever your XYZ. Channel 1 XYZ. Whatever your friggin' local news. Because I feel,
The New York
you know,
Times. I don't
what.
know.
No, in my opinion, local news is always the best. Because compared to bigger news sources like Fox and CNN, who are biased in so many ways, local news always sticks to you. And that's where I'm going to end my spiel.
All right. Make sure to comment, like, and subscribe. Hit that bell for no. Ah, this is cringe.
I'll do this for you. I'll do this for you. Make sure to leave a like and subscribe for maybe another podcast. When my mic just cut out.
Yeah, it is. All
Wow.
right. I'll say this for you. All right. If you like this content, make sure to leave a like. If you don't like this content, make sure you dislike and tell us why. How do you like to improve it or anything like that. If you like this kind of stuff, we can do more. I don't know. All right. Uh, that's it. That's it. We're good. Signing out. All right. Goodbye, everyone.
Adios.